Good evening, everyone. It's Janine with Hello Washington. Wanted to touch base with you tonight and show you another video. And I call this one in LifeWise TradWife. This woman is the lunch coordinator, former teacher for LifeWise for Emerson Elementary. And she wanted to come up and talk to us before they went and saw the LifeWise movie Off School Property, Solving the Separation of Church and State, which again, I don't know about you, but I didn't realize that that was a problem. So just wanted to give you a little context. I do have to apologize. I really wasn't expecting this kind of engagement. So I just wore my body camera for documentation and it's kind of got shitty sound. Yeah, so I'm going to work on that. And I'm working on trying to make all of this better too, because this isn't what I thought I would be doing with my life right now, but we need all the voices we can get and all the exposure of all the nefarious shit that is going on right under our noses. And people are just so struggling that they don't have time to see it. And so a bunch of us are going to do what we can to try to bring more awareness to folks and let them know that all of the things that you see that you don't like in society right now is now trying to get to our children and is getting to our children. So, and I say that as someone who does not have children, but I am a taxpayer, and just like every other taxpayer, I pay for those children, and I'm more than happy to, because an educated society is a healthier society. So here is the start of the video.
Ladies, thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
You know, most of the teachers at LifeWise are
Yeah. What? Don't say anything to the intellectual crowd. We know, sir.
All they do, they have 20 minutes. Just read the Bible.
How's that beneficial to children to take them out of school and cause all that kerfluffle for the taxpayer on school grounds for 20 minutes?
Only lunch. It's only lunch.
No, it's lunch and recess.
Yeah. Lunch and lunch recess?
Yeah, lunch and
I
recess.
am the lunch coordinator. That's true.
Yeah.
We give them lunch. And then we can also post our lunch menus, and if we needed to, we'd give them the same lunch that the school gives them. I'm the lunch coordinator for the Emerson Elementary School.
I guess I'm still trying to figure out the value that it's giving to children to pull them out during that time when it's completely unnecessary. Isn't that the parents' job, to educate children at home on their private time about...
It would be nice. You know, we tried good news clubs for so many years, and because kids are riding buses to school, they can't go to good news clubs after school.
Right, so they're a captive audience at school that now you found a loophole to take them out, correct, ma'am? See, your husband won't let you talk. This is why we don't want girls to go to your school, because that's how men treat women in your culture, friend. You can get out of this. Way to manhandle your wife, sir. That's pretty sad. Yeah, they just want to meet the ladies. Parents, this is what's going to happen when you did that. The man conversation with 4 other women on a sidewalk. Pretty sad, ma'am. Protest abortion clinics.
That's fair. That's fair.
And oh my God, I got the whole thing on there while he was grabbing her and pulling her away. Yeah. That was the perfect illustration of why you don't send your daughter and why you don't send your sons to LifeWise. And she just said, I just want to have a conversation with him. And he was like, no, you don't. My husband, yeah.
She goes on her own protests all the time. Like, she goes to her thing. Like, I just let her do her thing. Like, and I don't even think it's let her. It's just like, she's a person. She can do what she wants.
Well, and I loved how she said, well, we tried the... You mean they're not a captive audience for you in the middle of the day because of some loophole? What?
Fun fact, LifeWise puts them on buses. They have buses. I wonder if there would be another way you could pick kids up after school.
On
If only
buses.
you had buses. That's what we need to say next time. I can find a solution for busing children with 2 buses we have.
Well, and if you look at the preview for this movie, so I watched the preview for this movie before the other day. It's like, they're not like being subtle about it. Heck
Well,
no.
type of bus train.
For children.
Kids more than you love Jesus.
And if you notice, it's all white people.
English and but they
Oh,
only
Yeah. So that's a little taste of who the people are. There was another video that I've already posted on my Hello Washington, of course, and this is bad. We need parents and people in the community to understand this is the same branch off of the same rotten fucking tree that is anti-abortion, anti-LGBTQ, anti anything that does not fit their white male Christian biblical narrative. And let me tell you, I've been doing abortion clinic defense for like a decade now, and that is what it is. That behavior that man exhibited to her is the same behavior I have seen out of men towards their partners on the sidewalks. What do you think happens behind closed doors if they do shit like that in public? I know what happens. My aunt married a man and they became born again Christians, and he was an abusive sexually and physically motherfucker. And of course, they went to Overlake Christian Church here in the Pacific Northwest. Like, it's a toxic, toxic, toxic environment. We do not need our children subjected to this. If those parents that believe so much in this want to educate their children about the Bible, Bibles are free. You can look them up online. You can get them from the Goodwill, whatever. That's your responsibility. That is your responsibility on your time. And again, they have buses, like she said. They could pick kids up after school, save parents on daycare expenses, by the way, if any daycare after childcare expenses, right? And then they have as much time as they want to indoctrinate these children. But then they're probably going to really have to feed them. And then they're going to have to take them home because the parents aren't going to want to come pick them up because it's this whole new schedule, right? And you guys have a bus and you're a charitable organization. So just drop those kids off at home. They are trying to break the public school system. And if people don't start waking up to what this is, it is going to happen. And our children's mind wells will be poisoned. And I call them mind wells because it's a well. It's a well of information in this world that gets sucked into their well and makes them smart people with all of this information. And what LifeWise wants to teach them is that the world is only 6,000 years old. And that all of the other batshit machinations of whatever their book says. Like, they're not going to teach them the horrible things. And when people find out about the horrible things, it doesn't seem to change their mind because they get so indoctrinated. We have to save our children from this. We have to. That man's behavior, how do you think he learned that? He's such a good, kind, godly man. Look at the other video of the two men that walked up. The dude on the left, very respectful. He still wouldn't have his mind changed because, right, the dogma is in him. It is in him and it's in him strong, and nothing's going to get that out unless something personally happens to him and his family to snap him out of it, like what you see going on right now in society. Oh, I didn't think it would happen to me. It is very sad that we lack so much empathy and understanding about other people. And I hope that this takes off, only for the simple fact is that I want parents and I want the community and I want our legislators to be aware that we need to start being more audacious in fighting this. The Everett School Board has more than enough power to fight this and get them out by simply tightening up their policy and acknowledging that they are releasing children to a third-party organization. And in either they've seen it and they've looked at it, but they don't want to actually see it because then they'd have to do something about it, or they are truly unaware that that is what's happening for all intents and purposes. It is happening. You do yourself don't believe me? Go look up videos that LifeWise posts online, especially I think there's some for Everett, Washington. They're on YouTube. And watch what those children are doing in lieu of learning socialization skills with a broad range of children throughout their lunch and recess process, right? School is a social experiment to try to figure out for kids, for parents, for teachers, how kids fit into this world. They're not going to get that if they're constantly being taken away to a silo twice a week and being fed a bunch of bullshit that is not growing their minds. It's not. Watch these videos. I was appalled. And after this woman's behavior with her, I'm the lunch lady. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you might have used to be a special education teacher, probably for a church is my guess, or someplace that wasn't around here. And, I just don't think that's probably your role anymore. So it's probably good that you're the lunch coordinator, but I don't really know if I want you around children, because if you'll let your man treat you like that, how would you let some other man treat a child and not say anything about it? You don't even defend yourself. You tried, but ultimately you didn't win. You had no autonomy over what you wanted to do in that moment. I want people to understand that when they watch that video. That was my aunt. My uncle was the only one to get the mail, and he was the only one to answer the phone. But he was such a good Christian man, because they went to Overlake Christian Church and a bunch of other churches around here, like Church of the Midnight Cry. And I want to say some church over in Bothell. And, when you give a lot of money, people think that you're a good person because you go to church and you give a lot of money, and you're not. It's just a fucking fallacy, and people need to quit thinking that way. And this shit fucking proves it. So anyhow, y'all take care. Have a good evening. We all got to get in this fight, or else we're all going to be paying the price. Take care, y'all. Bye.